Hey guys, Susanna here. Well, I was busy stitching in the background, so I thought, might as well put the video on. I'm just enjoying a cup. I'm just going to have a sip. I thought, yeah, well, I'm doing the Roxy's doing all the stitchery, so I may as well turn on the video now. And you can sort of watch where I'm at. I might take that out. I've got stuff in front of me here, and like I said, I've kept this tin aside. This is going to be my Roxy's Journal Stitchery tin with bits and pieces. I'm using it to store. This is the Lincraft, sort of like cheaper silk ribbon. It's all right for little things, like I reckon if did a few little flower petals, and yeah, I may use it. And I thought they're good colours, so keeping that in there, just having that up there. And I've divided all my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery bits and pieces into sort of like colourways. So this is going to be sort of like my winter, even though it's got flowers and stuff, the sort of the cooler colours. And then, hang a minute, I've got these and I'm going to put them aside. Ooh, where are we? Can't see them yet. Put them in there. And then here is, I'm not undecided whether this is going to be in with my spring, but these are sort of like the summery tones that I've got. And then these are the autumn, and even though I use this for the background for the daffodil because it had that colour in it, and I originally had this piece here, I thought it's just probably more autumn, and even this, but I'll use like that, some of my own bits and pieces. Well, I went into Werribee. Here's another piece. I quite like that. It's got sort of autumny tones to it. And this is the doily we had. Sort of, there wasn't a great deal in the autumn lot. This is where I cut out that Renaissance-y lady for the front cover. And I thought, I'm just going to use this as background. Probably use this in the winter just as background. Because it's sort of cooler tone, so you just use what you've got. And then I've just put these in, that'll probably go in with the summer maybe. So I don't know what kind of flowers they are. I'll have to have a look. Want to try and get it right, as in having the right flowers at the right time. And then yeah, so I got that one, and then I've got this one. I don't know when magnolias bloom, but that might even go in the autumn one, and maybe that. Beautiful. I should probably cut that out and put that in with Corinne's Christmas piece, because she's got magnolias. That'd be nice. So you don't have to use them for the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And I got this beautiful piece. What did I use that for? I think I cut it up to use something in the background. But yeah, so that's the autumn, and then these are the leftover from bits and pieces of spring. So I don't know, I might do that at the end leading into the autumn, because it's sort of, leading into the spring, summer. Like, I'll show you what I've done. I've got this little needle and thread ready, and this is definitely spring, and since I've used that bit there, and I've got a feeling there might be a birdie one with something, so that I think I might put that in autumn. It's got more autumn colours. So these are the spring. Here's the bits and pieces left over from my daffodil, and that's definitely sort of springy leading into summer. Yeah, because they're little bulbs, I just think, and that. Well, I'll show you. I've just done a bit of shopping, and I'll show you the bits and pieces. So definitely going to use that in spring. So you may have noticed this piece here, and then I had dragged this out as part of the spring. And where did that go? My tulip. And I thought, at first I had just spring bulb put on there, but I thought, no, like I've noticed other people are doing it. Spring bulbs is what the theme is. So originally I had that piece, I don't know if you can see that piece over here, and I'd stitched it down and you couldn't really see the stitching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that there and sort of have it going more towards this side. Even though this will be on the fold, you'll still see some of it, and it's still part of the next page as well. So so that's why I've got spring bulbs, and I thought I was cutting out and had this because we're working on tulips on the Botanical Beauties, so that will go down there. But I've stitched this down, and I've even stitched this little bit down, but I've left that there because I may have to trace like I've done here. And as you can see, I've gone around there, did a stem stitch on the stem, gone there, picked out my colours that I'm using for those, and I'm probably going to use this here. Not sure, I was thinking maybe I might couch some thread on there, just a thicker. I wonder if I could use something like that because it's thicker and it's multicoloured, which I'd say that would be. I think I might. And then, you know, because it's a bit thicker, I'll couch it down. That's a good idea. Glad I thought of it. So it's a work in progress, and I thought I'm sitting there working on it, so I might as well show you guys what I'm doing. And if you've noticed this, oh, here's my other stash. I've put aside all the lace bits, and even though I've got plenty of lace of myself, I thought I want to use the lace that I got in the kit from the girls. This was around that Renaissance lady. Yeah, and I've used, you know, that, so that you're using bits and pieces. Even kept this tiny little piece. You just never know. I might put that in with I think that's the autumn one. Yeah, so I'll use this. I was going to put that on there, but I just thought, no, I'm going to do my little fleur. So I'll try and use up all these little bits and pieces so that they may still come in here. So what I've done, I went into Werribee yesterday, and as you know, Tilda have got their Four Seasons range, and I just went in there, and in the Bland quilt shop, which is where I took the girls on the retreat last year, as well as Gail's, but there's a really good quilt shop in Bland, and she has a better, like she's got heaps of liberty, and she has a good, like she gets all the Tilda in. And I thought I'm just going to get some fat eighths, which, you know, is just, you know, you just need small bits. So I've already managed to open that up. I managed to cut it. So fat eighths are like a longer, like it's half a fat quarter. I mean, even that is, you know, I'm going to be, there's quite a lot left. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to use them in it, but I'm also going to use them when I do the outside, just little strips along the edge. So a lot of the stuff from the Roxy girls are vintage, and I'm not opposed to using new with old. So this sort of just reminded me of spring. I got this green because, you know, green, it's springy, but it's also can lend itself to other seasons, summer, even winter. you know. So I just got a bit of a range. I thought this is probably summer, maybe those three, you know, wintry tones, maybe even summer. I thought these for autumn and spring. So summer, winter, autumn, spring. And then when I was at the counter, you know, they've got all these little tiny little bits and pieces, because she's got really good lot of Liberty, and they're so expensive, like they're $60 a metre. Just this piece was $8.50, but I thought that is awesome. I can use bits and pieces. It just looks botanical and floral, and you know, I thought that would be nice just to have just that little piece for even autumn. You know, some of the cooler ones, maybe you could almost have that for a bit of the winter. You know, spring, well, anything spring, probably those ones, and that might be summer. You know, that's those summer colours. So I just thought it was a really nice one to grab bits and pieces as a, you know, multiple use one. It's so pretty, and it's really thin, like quite fine cotton, which is what Liberty is. So if you're ever in, you know, the Melbourne area, that's what's called Mill Road Quilting Cottage, you know, it's in Berlin, and it's the best quilt shop. We're so lucky. So I'll just put that with that with that, these autumn there, that just in the middle, and these go with my spring. So I was in the process of just stitching down stuff, thought I'd leave that. That's just pinned on. I had that there because it sort of matched this, but you know, it's real springy colours, and it's gorgeous. So I've left this. I'm still deciding whether I do a front cover page, as in, so that, like, as in the front have, you know, Roxel's Journey of Stitchery, field notes, and then like an extra page, because these will go, that'll be like that. Whereas if I had it another front page, this will be more like a double spread, which I think will work, but I mean, it'll still be folded, but it'll be folded that way, more in the middle. So here, I'm sidetracked. This is where I'm up to with my cover. So I'll stitch that down, stitch this down. I was wanting to do, I might do a little, you know, lace, and then do a little knot there. Probably do little French knots on here, just little embellishments. Still got to sew this little guy on, do some, might even do it with this colour. Just wanted something like that. Just do some, I keep forgetting what this stupid thing's called. This. Whether I keep it knotty or yeah, turkey work, or cut them. We'll see how we go. With this, I just chose to keep it all loopy. Yeah, so they just have flowers. It's sort of like a colour palette as well as flowers. So I'm going to stitch around this guy. I stitched around the word field notes, and it was very, very close, so it sort of looks a bit blobby, but yeah, it works. So I wanted to stitch it because it's a stitching journal. So I'll stitch around the bird in this darker colour, and then maybe just highlight bits and pieces. And I had him sort of sitting on the flower. I thought he was rather cute. Needed a bird or something in there, because we're going to be probably doing a few little critters in there as well. So that's where I'm up to with that. Nearly done. And I went to this place when my son had to exchange something, and the closest one where this shop was in Werribee. It used to be Werribee Plaza, it's now Werribee Pacific. And while he was in, I think it's Johnny Big or whatever it is, I thought, oh, I saw this, and they had these beautiful, oh, so gorgeous. Like there was a lot of percentage off. I'll show you half at a time. Isn't this stunning? Like, so pretty. and I thought, you know, originally I thought autumn, but it's probably more summery colours, and then there was some parts that look wintry. Well, this is the one I haven't cut up. So, you know, bed, bath and table, or you can have, you know, like these bedding places, Adair and all that kind of stuff. They have these, and I mean, it wasn't cheap, even though it was on sale. Originally it would have been a lot more, but I just thought, I know that I'm probably going to use some of this. So if you're wanting any Corinne, I've got a spare one. So I chopped up bits and pieces. So this, because I'll show you. So this is spring. So 1, 2, 3, that's the spring. I'm just going to use the one page for each. So this will be summer. And the reason why I thought I'll keep it there, because I looked up, Googled when does morning glory bloom, and that's morning glory, and it bloomed in summer. I'm like, okay, I'll keep that there. And I mean, I'm going to add fabrics and bits and pieces. And there was a sort of a little pinkish bit there, and I'll cut up that, even though it's covering it. I'm probably going to use this to do whatever the prompt, but it just worked, and it's leading into autumn. So this is summer, that, and it looks like a double page here, and then these three are autumn. 1, 2, 3, which works really well because these are sort of autumny colours, like it goes. So remember, these are just the backdrops, and it had that there. I may even stick something underneath because you can still see the white, but I just thought it worked. I thought I'd just, you know, pin it down, see how it goes. Then there's only one for winter, because there was only 10 and there's 12 seasons. So what I've done, because this strip here only went to there, so I've put that bit on there, and I have cut up these, because this is cotton, and it's almost similar fabric to that, even though this might be a little shinier, and it is cotton. And I loved, see, this is sort of wintry, like, you know, bare leaves. It's sort of showing a little hinty of leaves. So I'll put that on there, and I'll, you know, put something here. Who knows, like here you got this bit. That'll work, something like that. So, so this is going to be my, I'm going to stitch that onto there. And this will be my winter. And I like it that it's got the white background. You know, even though this is sort of, but that's got the bluey in there. And I thought I'll probably utilise this bit. You know, some of this may get covered, I may show, but, and then this is a bit softer, so it's a bit longer there. But yeah, so that's going to go down there as my winter base. So what I need to do, well, I've got this, I'll put there, and I've ironed it. It curls up, it's a bit of a bugger. So what I'm going to do, while I've got you, is just like what Sarah did. You just got, you know, strong cotton, and all we're going to do is just do a bit of a running stitch and join the pages together. So I'll do that really quickly while I'm yapping to you, and then I'll come back and do the nicer bit. There it is. So I'm really glad I got some of that Tilda range, and you don't have to get the whole complete range because it's expensive if you get, you know, the whole complete range. So I just went in there and I'll go, yeah, I'll have this, this and this, that works. A little bit for each. You know, bits that I liked. There we go. Yeah, so I add a bit of calico, wasn't quite enough, so just got to join the pages together, and it doesn't have to be perfect stitching because it's just joining the pages together. making work hard for myself, because when you have such a big long piece, it's like my calendar. You got this long drag lily piece, but I remember that's what it was like when we were doing some of the earlier volumes in the Journal of Stitchery. I do, when I make the books, I will do the what's it called? The bifold, whatever it is. You know what I mean, where you fold over all the bits and pieces. And I like that style. I think Rachel, Sarah does the individual pages, but for me, I like the bifold because all the stitching gets hidden on the back, and they get tucked in together, and it doesn't really matter, and you don't see it, which is good. So I've got a bit of a stronger thread, and I've got this big thread here, so I use that it was the perfect colour to work on my cover for the actual journal. So it's a different cover, that's why I'm contemplating maybe doing your first page where you have the cover page, you have the cover of the journal, but then you have like a cover page, and then on the inside it'll be an index. Then I will start with the daffodil. Okay, so just to make sure that it's staying down and it ain't going anywhere, we are going to just double back, which probably don't need it, but always better to be safe than sorry. Don't want things coming apart. Just a quick running stitch, and I've put a dabble of glue, that's why it's not coming apart. So this will be all behind, you won't see it. Okay. So how are you guys all going with your piece, bits and pieces? I've had to sort of work it a little bit harder and more on this because I had to catch up. Feel so sorry for Rachel having all that trouble with the FedEx and all that, but her comments were really good. Some people can be a bit annoying, but most people are pretty good, and it's out of her control. Nothing she can do about it, and as someone that sells stuff online, once it leaves your hands and is in the postage, it does have tracking, but there is nothing you can do. You just have to let it go. And when people get rude, it's very frustrating. So, because there's nothing you can do. But okay, so there you go. I'm using Rachel's bit, but I'm adding my own. So I thought I was going to cut it up, but it just seemed to work. And yeah, worked out all good. I might use that for something, actually around my bird maybe, just to hold him down. So there we go. So this is an extension because it wasn't quite enough, because I had the bolt and it only came to a certain part. And then now, so what I'm going to do with this, where's my piece? Oh, here it is. So I'm just going to pin it. Just pin it. actually probably could just originally, just to hold that down. Because I probably will definitely, geez, some of my wording really shocking. Put something in between to cover that. So, and then that's a tad long, but we will make it work. There we go. So there's now my piece that's being added onto there. I might just pin that there. And pin it not onto the background, but just to the thing, because we're not ready to stitch that down to the background just yet. Because we could trace something underneath it. So there you go. See, showing you my show and tell. Oh, do I have one more thing? My husband has been bringing home. He brought home the that tablecloth I was telling you about, and it is beautiful. It's hand embroidered orchids, and it's got 4, you know, beautiful two orchids together in a corner. So it's not one that I'm keeping one, and then I'm giving one to Corinne. So I'll send one up to her, and then I'll have 2. So I could probably put it on my website, just a piece. But okay, so there you go. So now I've got enough for all my seasons. Just chucking little bits and pieces. That's just, it's so pretty, so pretty. And I cut it on the edge. I'll just glue it down and maybe just give it a slip stitch. So there we go. Now, constantly evolving to what we need to do with this part is just fold it over. Oh, there goes me thing. You know, fold it over so that it's a little bit easier, like I did with my other one. A little bit easier and not so annoying to work with. And have everything ready. I might take that out, it's sort of a little heavy when I'm stitching anyway. There we go. So, it reminds me a lot of my calendar. Okay, so what I might do is, so autumn's, we'll put those here because that's the winter. Autumn, the next is summer. Those there, bits and pieces, and then that on the side, and then spring, and then all the lacy bits. I'll leave the spring bit out, but put those away. Oh, summer. Good having a little container or something with it. And so I'm hoping to stick to those colours. What I'm going to do here is just do a little bit of just a little bit of canvas stitch, because it's basically a you know, adding a bit of spring colour to the piece. And I've stitched down to about here, so that works in okay. Isn't it pretty? It's such a pretty piece. So you can use the new with the old. Actually, I'll do one and then go up here and do a fairly close together stitch. There's a few layers. Okay. Yeah, so I had that sitting there. I'm like working all this out after I did shopping yesterday. I had a really nice day actually. It was nice to have some time with my oldest son, and it was really lovely. So yeah, had a bit of time with him, and you know the drive up takes about an hour. Oop, going sideways. Ugh, so annoying. What I might do, I think I might even have the iron on. Let's try and do a line, maybe even a line here, and then the last one just here. And 9, so I only get 4, that'll do. Just want the colour, and I like it patchy because it is still slow stitch after all, and you know, it's doing stitching rather than doing you know, normal paper journal, even though I've got a little bit of paper in there. Not sure where this guy's going to go. I definitely want to put him in the spring though, even though we get a lot of butterflies in summer here. Yeah, these little white ones. So I might even do some like a little white butterfly. I know Edith has got that on her page. These little white mothy butterflies. We've got to do, you know, inspired by Edith, but do what's sort of in your neighbourhood. Make it more personal then. Okay. Up. Up it a little bit further. There we go. Gives it a real quilted look when you do these running stitch. I like it. It's such a pretty fabric. And even in like in Australia compared to Europe, it's the opposite. Like here in summer, everything goes like, because it's dry, like we get a dry heat here in Victoria, everything is goes yellow. You do get the green on the leaves of the trees and stuff, and like, and you have roses and whatnot, but over in I know in Holland, it's, you know, in summer everything is green, and in winter everything goes brown because it's, you know, snowy, and I don't know, so it's the opposite. So whereas in winter everything goes really green, and you don't need to mow as much, which is good because you don't really like mowing the grass in winter because it, you know, all the rain and gets a bit sludgy. So yeah. Oh, that'll do. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, there goes my phone. Someone's messaging me. I wonder who it is. Oh, it's fully charged, so I should be right. Okay. Oh, cool. Something else I've been waiting for. Yay! My appointment that I had for the, you know, I made an appointment for an issue that I went to go to the doctor, and sent out a referral in January this year, and you know, ring them back and say, look, why is it taking so jolly long? Because I had to go to my doctors and they had to send me out somewhere else to get a, you know, like an opinion to see whether it was, you know, a specialist. And I go there and they said, oh, the doctor's cancelled it, which is absolute rubbish, because I was just in with her. They just got so many referrals and stuff in there that they just obviously cancelled it and don't bother telling you when you're waiting and waiting and waiting. So I went to the doctor. I said, can you just send it in again? So I think they've done it quick because they know I'm onto them. Absolute telling, like fancy cancelling and not saying anything while people are waiting to, I'm wanting to know whether I've got this condition, which is like a hormonal thing, as why I am the way that I am. I won't say anything more until I know more. But I'm just sitting there waiting. Oh, drives me nuts. So I've just pays to go on the line and hound people, because they can be shocking. Not getting back to you now. So that's done. Leave that. This is not officially pinned. I've got to work a little more on there. That goes in here. Where is my mister? I won't put him down until I've worked on here, which I've, yeah, because it's sort of going to go over a little bit, especially if this gets folded over. Yeah, that'll, oh, it's going to be pretty. I want the pages to flow, even though, you know, they might be folded over. Yeah, see how we go. Okay, we'll have a look what the time is. 37 minutes. Oh, looking good. So I might just leave it at that, and yeah, just do a little bit more in the background. I thought while I was working on stuff, oh, that's what I had to show you. My husband, he's more clucky than I am. He said he works at an op shop, thrift shop, and he's got to go through sorting clothes. And he says, I saw this and it was so cute. He said, me and the girls that are at the back, you know, they're all, he said, we were just so clucky. The little outfit is gorgeous. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it fully. It's so cute. But I love the fabric. I mean, look at this little guy. Isn't he cute? I might stick one of these, even though I do really like him. I might sort of like tuck him in because he's just so cute. I thought, oh, I'm going to use him with, yeah, see, it's Asian, and it doesn't surprise me. It sort of has got that Asian, this is quite Asian, in the style, as in, you know, yeah, and the collar. Don't know what these are, just little flaps, or whether they're ears, I don't know. Oh, they could be little bunny ears. Yeah, it's so cute. So I said, well, thanks for that. I'm going to be using probably some of these little bunnies, because I mean, I love bunnies. So even though it's adorable, haven't got any grandchildren, so I'm chopping it up. It's just so cute. I just love this guy. He just looks adorable, and especially being in spring, like tulips and you know, the bulbs. So I might just tuck in one, and then I'm sure it's gonna pop up, you know, throughout bits and pieces along the way. Okay, well, just plonk that there, and I do like it. It's a real shame you don't get to see it, but you do when you pull it out. Yeah. Okay, I'll catch you later. Enough yabbering. Nearly 40 minutes, and yeah, I think I'm a bit happier with how it's going, because it was leaning towards more of the autumny colours, so I wanted to springify it a little bit more, which the tulip and and these more fresher, brighter colours have done that. Okay, see you guys. Thanks for watching, and you'll get the galah video on Friday. So it's a little bit late, but I've just been working on this. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.